Good morning. I'd like to call to order the January 7th conference meeting of the Mobile County Commission in preparation for our January 11th regular meeting. Do we have any speakers?
Good morning, Commissioners. No one has signed up to speak. We have no speakers.
Okay. Mr. Hart?
Good morning, Commissioners. Number 1, consider approving the minutes of the regular meeting. Number 2, consider approving a list of claims. Number 3, consider approving consent to Pentel Properties LLC petition to the City of Mobile to vacate unnamed right-of-way abutting property on Halls Mill Road. Number 4, consider accepting non-exclusive 30 feet with ingress, egress easement agreement from Halls Mill Road to county's property along a distance of approximately 500 feet, conditioned on Pentel Properties LLC's securing vacation of unnamed right-of-way abutting its property on Halls Mill Road.
What are we trying to accomplish here?
Commissioner, the county has a piece of property, 30-something acres, that has a low area running basically down the middle of it, and we gain access to the west side of that property through a residential street, city-maintained street. We have been gaining access to the east side of that property by going through these property owners' property. They have voluntarily allowed us to gain access through their parking lot to the back side of their property to gain access to the east side. What they want to do, I understand, is there is a platted 30-foot width right-of-way that goes from Halls Mill Road westward to the back side of their property that they want to have vacated. So we, being an abutting property owner to the west side of that 30-foot right-of-way, we need to be part of the consent process for the vacation. And in the process of doing that, they have volunteered to give us a 30-foot width ingress egress easement across their property, where we actually have been gaining access to it over the years. It'll just formalize that process.
So this is a win-win.
It's a win-win for everybody.
All right, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Number 5, consider approving Treasury Consulting Services agreement with PFM Management LLC for preparation of a banking service request for proposal and delivery of analysis of proposals submitted in response thereto for the sum of $9,000. Number 6, consider approving and amending the fee schedule for the professional services agreement dated May 27, 2020 with JG Bag, Inc. to include visual assessments to identify deteriorated paint and associated service area in support of rental assistance activities, and authorize the President of the Commission to execute amendment on behalf of Mobile County.
I know this is an amendment, but exactly what does this include in terms of county facilities? Is there somebody can answer that?
Would you get Tyler, Dina?
I think
Oh,
Let me see.
this is not a near question.
See, that's what I'm not sure.
It looks like a near
Is this
question.
number 12?
it's a nearest question.
It's a near question.
Yes, sir. It's nays.
Or Kathy. Kathy, could you just kind of explain what this is, please?
Sure. The reason we're having to do this, we have an existing contract with I always get confused, JG Bag, Inc., to do various housing inspections and so forth. And the CARES funding that we have that we intend to provide rental, mortgage, and utility assistance with, if we exceed 100 days worth of assistance, we're required to do lead-based paint inspections. So that's essentially what this is providing a way within that contract to allow him to go in and do those inspections if we need them.
Okay, so they can make a visual assessment, and that wasn't part of it initially?
It was for the down payment assistance program, but we didn't have it specifically outlined in his fee schedule to do otherwise. So we just felt like we needed to clarify the fee schedule. That's,
Okay. All right. Thank you.
yes, ma'am.
Number 7, consider approving contract with E.R. Dixon Parent Teacher Organization in the amount of $29,000 from District 2 funds to purchase technology equipment. Number 8, consider approving, and this should be an EFP, and the EFP number is 206-21, contract with the Board of School Commissioners of Mobile County in the amount of $8,500 from District 2 funds for upgrades to the outdoor education system at Wilmer Elementary School. Number 9, consider approving the application of T-Boys C-Store LLC for lounge retail liquor license. Number 10, consider approving the application of T-Boys C-Store LLC for off-premise retail table wine license. Number 11, consider approving sponsorship with New Lines Park Tennis Association, Inc. in the amount of $3,500 from District 1 funds for the annual Lions Park Turkey Day Tennis Classic. Number 12, consider approving amendment to the subrecipient agreement with Legal Services Alabama, Inc. to increase the amount of funding from up to $165,286 to up to $520,000 for Community Development Block Grant Coronavirus Relief Funds to include provisions of subsistence payments for mortgage, rental, utility obligations to clients at risk of facing homelessness, and to incorporate HUD recommended subrogation requirements subject to final legal review.
And I'm assuming, question here, that this is just an addition, the addition of the CARES Act funding to go into those different type.
Yes, it's just an additional amount of money we're giving for the actual rental and mortgage assistance that legal services will actually provide that funding to the towns.
Okay, just want to make sure, thank you.
Number 13, consider authorizing contract with PACE Analytical Services, Inc. for professional environmental sampling and testing services for the period January 11, 2021 through January 11, 2024. Number 14, consider approving contract with Thompson Engineering to provide professional engineering services for a project extension of effluent force main from Balabatry, WWTF, pending legal review. Number 15, consider authorizing advertisement of a request for proposals for professional forestry services. Number 16, consider authorizing $500 sponsorship of Alabama Coastal Foundation 2021 Sustainability Summit to be paid from the Environmental Services Department budgeted funds. Number 17, consider assignment of CDC engineers for professional engineering services to Mobile Metro Jail smoke purge ventilation system upgrade. Work will consist of review of existing building smoke purge system, provide updated sequence of operations for each smoke purge area, and provide all mechanical and electrical engineering required to develop specifications and statements of work. The proposed fee is based on time and material with estimated maximum of $25,000. Number 18, consider rejecting all bids and authorize advertisement to rebid project renovation of property at 355 North Ann Street. Bids exceeded the available budget.
Which project is this?
Mr. Franklin House,
Okay, it just didn't say, I wasn't sure.
yeah.
Number 19, consider awarding contract to Hughes Plumbing and Utility Contractors for African Town Heritage House for a total bid of $1,324,500. Number 20, consider amending 2015 capital improvement plan as follows. Reallocate the balance from Metro Jail sliding cell doors to Community Corrections Building. The amount of the transfer is $115,898.80. This amendment relocates the remaining balance from the completed project to the Community Corrections Project.
I need somewhere to amend the 2019 capital improvement plan to add another $700,000 to Africa Town Heritage House from 2019 CIP. Mhm. 700,000.
Commissioner,
Mhm. Mhm.
Commissioner, I was just wondering, that 1.3 million, that's for the plumbing and what?
No, that's the whole thing.
That's what I was about to say, that's expensive.
No. Hughes Plumbing and Utility Contractor was a low bidder.
Oh, okay, for the whole project?
Yeah.
Gotcha,
Yeah.
okay.
Plumbers get
I
paid
thought that
a
house
lot.
is bigger than I thought.
It was $700,
Okay.
right? Okay. Number 21, consider amending 2015 capital improvement plan as follows. Create project parking lot for community corrections. The estimated cost for the project is $481,418. This amendment creates project parking lot for community corrections.
Where is this project, Stan? What is the status?
Commissioner, that's been awarded. We've executed the contract on that. This is just moving some funds around.
Okay, when do we expect the whole project to be finished, to be complete?
Community Corrections building itself should be finished before this spring, later in the winter, and the parking lot should start a little bit before the completion of the building. We're trying to time those where we get one contractor out and move the other one straight in.
So we think they should receive a certificate of occupancy spring sometime?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
March 21st, I think that's spring.
I hate to make any promises on that
No-
project.
No promises.
We couldn't tell that, Tyler.
Of course, we're closer than we were, right?
Right, right.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Number 22, consider taking the following action on bid. Number 23, Commissioners, we need to vote today. Consider approving extension of the emergency pay sick leave and expand it. I think in some of the agenda, it says extended. And it should be expanded family medical leave in accordance with the Families First Coronavirus Relief Act, effective January 1st, 2021 through March 31st, 2021, for those employees who did not exhaust the leave in 2020.
And we have yet to find out whether or not this will be reimbursable.
That is correct. ACCA is still looking into this, and as soon as they know something, they'll make us aware.
Okay.
And we would amend this item.
Okay, but in the meantime, this, I understand, is a budget-neutral move, and so
That's
it's all,
correct.
basically, the funds have already been budgeted for this?
That is correct.
Okay. All right. So moved.
Second.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Fine.
Sorry.
I'm back. I'm here today.
I'm sorry.
I have a question on that too, Glenn. What is the allotted amount of time for each employee where it says that they did not exhaust the leave in 2020?
80 hours.
80 hours total?
Yes, sir. Excuse me.
80 hours total?
Yeah, it's a one time. Once they utilize it, that's it.
So if they use, say you have an exposure and, but you don't get it and you're out 30 hours,
Then they
you
still
don't have to use the entire 80 hours at one time.
That's correct,
Okay.
Commissioner.
Thank you.
Number 24, consider amending 2015 capital improvement plan to add the following project and estimated costs. Miracle Road construction and CEI, $350,000. This amendment creates project Miracle Road construction and CEI. '25, consider accepting an award from the U.S. Department of Treasury for an amount to be determined for the Emergency Rental Assistance Program as authorized in the Consolidated Appropriation Act of 2021. Acceptance is required by January 12, 2021. Number 26, consider approving a memorandum of understanding with Perfect Partners of Mobile to house felines at the Mobile County Animal Shelter pending transport to Atlanta for adoption, and there has been a change in that. Also, this is going to be for a 3-month test period to begin on January 15, 2021, and end on April 15, 2021. And Commissioners, we have one add-on. Commissioners, this is concerning the position of the Director of Public Affairs, and as far as making it, requiring a residency in Mobile County. We did talk to the Personnel Board this morning. They said that the Commission would have to vote on this. We would need to vote today because we begin the interviews next week, and we would have to inform the applicants just in case they didn't want to move.
And if they go through their test period, the probationary period, and we would hire them, then they would understand that the residency requirement, they would have to follow that.
That is correct.
To
They would have
maintain
6
employment.
They would have 6 months after the probationary period to relocate in Mobile County.
Okay.
So it'll be a year and a half that they would have.
I'll make that motion.
I have a question. So is this a move toward doing this for all hires, or just this hire, or?
In my opinion, I think it's appropriate for director positions, upper management directors. I would not say for all hires. And I don't know if we can expand this to go back to the Personnel Board and make this a requirement for director positions in the administration.
We did talk to George Smith. There would be, we would need to have further discussion with the Personnel Board concerning if we were going to make it all for executive positions.
Okay.
But there wouldn't be any problem to do this today for next week.
And this gives them up, so they have their, a year working test period, and then they have 6 months after that to move to Mobile.
Well, they have a 6-month test period, correct?
No, it's for this position, it'll
This-
be a year.
So they have a year and a half to move to Mobile?
It'll be a year and a half.
Yeah.
That,
The
I,
probationary period would be 1 year, and after, they're in the merit system, they would have 6 months after that to relocate.
What's going to be the recourse for us if they do not? I mean, is
termination?
they
Termination.
going to be, okay, I just want to make sure that that was,
What's the rationale?
The rationale, I think, is that, that our directors have a vested interest within our community and living here and working and being tax-paying citizens within this community, within Mobile County.
I wasn't aware of this on the agenda, but I totally agree with that.
Well, I brought the issue up because we are having the interviews next week for the communications director. And my question was, can we require a director position, this one in particular, to live within Mobile County? And so this is a result of that. I guess we have to do this in order to make that a valid requirement.
I guess the things that concern me, one, we have a lot of people who already live in Baldwin County, and it feels unfair that we have people who are already there.
Well,
who,
these people are grandfathered in who already live there. This is going to be going forward.
Yeah, I understand. It's just, it feels a little bit arbitrary to me. And I guess the other thing, when I think about all the people who are on I-10 driving to Ingalls and the shipyards over there, all the people on I-10 driving to Pensacola to work, to Baldwin County to work. We have, when we use our labor shed, we use a region, not a county. And that's what we sell to people who come in looking that our labor shed is this particular radius. And this just feels like a step away from that. That's.
Well, I've not expressed this since I've been in office, but I have a huge problem with some of the things that go on in Mobile that I found out during my campaign, one of which is that 70% of the employees at Airbus live in Baldwin County. The reason I have a problem with that is because Baldwin County isn't invested in Airbus like Mobile and county and and the city of Mobile. I don't think I have much of an argument to say anything about their employees living there if our employees are living there. So I agree with it, and if you've made the motion, I'll second it.
And I'll just vote no.
Let me read the,
Okay.
Oh. Yeah. Sorry.
that's all right. Approve the requirement that the candidate selected for the Director of Public Affairs must live in Mobile County or be willing to move to Mobile County within 6 months after completing the work test period.
Would it be appropriate to amend this to read that the commission would contact the Personnel Board to add this requirement for all future director positions?
When we talked to George, he just more or less said we need to get together and dialogue about this.
Okay,
If we-
well,
if we
I didn't
include
know if
everybody-
we need to formalize this as a direction from this commission for you to approach them so that
Oh,
their board can
no, we can.
have these discussions.
I understand. No, we don't have to.
Pardon?
We don't have to
At this-
address it now.
At this time? Okay.
Yes.
Well, I've
Okay.
made the motion, you've seconded?
A second, yeah.
Okay.
And that's it.
Okay. Mr. Kegley?
Yes, good morning, Commissioners. Item number 1, recommend approving reimbursable agreement with, for supplying the water to the property owner in accordance with the right-of-way negotiations associated with our Sunset Road Bridge Replacement Project. Item 2, oh, by the way, Jay was very instrumental in helping us resolve that.
Kudos, Jay.
Don't know that we could have done it without him. Item 2, recommend awarding the bid for one of our 2016 pay-as-you-go projects to John G. Walton for their bid. Item 3, recommend awarding the bid for another 2016 pay-as-you-go project to HCL Contracting for their bid. Commissioners, item number 4, recommend acceptance of the county engineer's written report on the FY 2020 Mobile County Transportation Plan expenditures. And I'll elaborate Monday and answer any questions that y'all may have.
And this is the report that's required by the act?
That is
the annual-
correct.
Okay.
It is required that the county engineer provide a written report to the county commission, and then we have to post it on our website. So I have provided you the written report. I'll go over it in more detail Monday and answer any questions that you may have. Item 5, recommend approving preliminary and final plat of Sunny Ruth Acres, which is in Commission District 3, and approving preliminary and final plat of McDonald Hill subdivision, which is also in Commission District 3. Item 6, recommend approving right-of-way or easement agreements for Track 5, Track 6, Track 7, Track 8, Track 20, Track 29, Track 39, Track 40, Track 44, Track 45, and Track 48 on one of our 2018 pay-as-you-go projects. And that is it currently.
Now, in our last meeting, we pulled a project to allow the property owner to meet with Commissioner Dewitt.
It's, we're still in negotiations on that.
Okay.
About the turn lane on Carroll Plantation? Yes.
Okay.
But we're working on it.
Okay.
I'm working on it with the
Okay.
developer and with Brian's office.
Okay. Anything else? If not, we stand adjourned.